How are you all doing? It's Paul Shan Walker here, and in today's blog post, I just really wanted to give you my answers for what I think is a common, I guess, underlying thing. Now, if we take, I guess, network marketing as an example, because that's probably the most, I guess, probably the most used business opportunity that most people day to day would be presented with. Now, obviously, if you're a person of influence, or you have a lot of friends, or you're kind of going out and looking for alternative ways to make extra money, network marketing is generally the one that most people sort of come across or will kind of stumble across multiple times. So I'll just kind of use that as an example. This isn't anything good or bad or derogatory towards network marketing. It's just just an example. So the thing that I kind of see the most is when people are presented with a business opportunity like network marketing, they watch the video, they see the presentation, they see how much money they can make, they learn about the product, all that kind of stuff. And then you kind of see, or I sort of believe, that in their brain, or maybe they talk it over their spouse or their partner or whatever it is, they kind of tend to gloss over this question, which is, what questions should I ask myself in order to take on this business opportunity? Now, again, with network marketing, most people tend to kind of look at it, they see the money, they see what can be made, or maybe they really like the product and they can see themselves, using it and being beneficial to them every day. And they'll ask them the questions like, oh, okay, like, can we afford it? And okay, how do I find new people to join my team? And okay, so what happens when like I hit this particular rank? They ask all those sort of questions, which, okay, are valid questions. But the main thing that I wanted to ask, and I guess the three questions that I posted on this blog were, what are the questions I should be asking myself? Number one is, what are you going to do, or how do you deal with yourself when you've had a setback or you've hit rock bottom? That's question number one. So think about it. In your life, when something's not gone your way, you've had a setbacks, something kind of major's happened in your life, how do you deal with that? Because in business, you're going to be presented with those things not on a daily basis, but pretty frequently. Now, if you're someone who gets kind of knocked down and you kind of tend to wallow in it and think that the world owes you something, or, woe is me, you're going to find it hard to deal with business, because you're going to be, as I said, faced with certain things, fairly regularly, that are either going to knock you for six, or take the wind out of you. And if you're someone that's, once you've been pushed over, you kind of roll around on the ground like a dead fish, then you're going to find it very hard to A, build a sustainable business, but B, also attract, like-minded or the right type of people into your business if you're someone who kind of has a bit of a cry, a bit of a whinge about, some sort of a setback or something that, is a challenge that you're going to have to work yourself around. So that's question number one. Question number two you should ask yourself is, do you have an entrepreneurial mindset? Now, not everyone does that comes into an online business, and that's okay. Obviously, if you do have some sort of an entrepreneurial spirit, then you can help, get yourself through those tough times. Like in question one, when you're faced with a challenge, if you've got that entrepreneurial kind of mindset, then you know how to deal, A, with yourself, but B, also with the situation. You know what you need to do in order to figure it out and move things along. So ask yourself that. Do I have an entrepreneurial mindset? Am I someone who, actively goes out and looks for the answer or finds a different solution? So if you've got that, props to you. If you don't really have an entrepreneurial mindset, it's not the end of the game. You don't have to think, oh no, I'll never be an entrepreneur, or I'll never have an online business. You just might need to make sure that you're teamed up with people that do. So whether it's your spouse, your partner, or if you join like a network marketing team, obviously you want to hopefully find the right sort of mentor within that company or that organization that they can help sort of, bring you along in regards to, they might have that entrepreneurial spirit. So you might be able to pick some stuff up from them, or at least have them kind of push you along a little bit so that you can still achieve the things that you want to achieve. The third question that a lot of people don't ask themselves is, are you someone who likes to go it alone, or do you work better in a team? So a little bit like question number 2, like having that entrepreneurial spirit. Now, in your current job or in jobs that you've worked in, are you someone that would like to just go it alone and just be left alone to do your own thing? Or do you work better when you're in a team environment? Again, that's something that you should really be asking yourself before you take on, whatever this business opportunity is. Because for network marketers, a lot of that is, it's team focused, in that if you get put into a downline or get put into a team and get to work with, a lot of different people, you can, bounce ideas off, everyone else in your team and stuff. But it is also autonomous. You will have to figure some things out yourself and go out and build your business, by yourself too. So network marketing kind of has the best of both worlds. Now, if it's not a network marketing thing, if that's not the business opportunity you've been faced with, say like something, I don't know, like affiliate marketing, there's no one there pushing you along. There's no one there, kind of really, telling you what you need to do. You definitely have to go and figure that stuff out for yourself. So ask yourself that question. What type of person are you? Are you someone who likes to go it alone? Or are you someone who likes to work with a team and have that sort of team camaraderie and that opportunity to bounce ideas off each other? So that kind of answers the 3 questions I posted, and that's my answers for those 3. Now, the 2 other questions is, question number 4 is, what are you prepared to sacrifice in order to get your goal and your dream? Now, in particular with network marketing, when people are faced with that opportunity, they see, as I said, the products, they see the money that can be made, the trips, the cars, the whatever else that goes with it. And what a lot of network marketing presentations kind of fail to say is, how many hours you need to put in. Now, that's not a blanket rule. A lot of network marketing presentations I've seen, the presenter, or in their actual presentation, they do say, at minimum, if you can give 7 hours a week, then you can build a business. And that's pretty much true. But you need to ask yourself, what are you prepared to sacrifice? So if you join a network marketing company, when you get home from work, are you going to spend, from 6 o'clock at night to 9 o'clock before you go to bed? Are you going to spend those 3 hours, just watching TV and zoning out? Or are you going to spend those 3 hours, getting on the calls, making phone calls, distributing your product, whatever it is you need to do? And you really need to ask yourself, what are you prepared to sacrifice in order to do that, in order to get your goals and get your dreams and get those trips and cars and everything else that, that comes along with, being successful in the business. So that's question number 4. And the final question I really believe that most people should ask themselves before starting, any type of sort of business opportunity is, why? Why am I doing this? What is the underlying reason why I'm going to completely either change my life or change my routine in order to take on this business opportunity? Now, if your answer is for money, and don't get me wrong, someone's motivation to make some extra money to help pay the bills and live a different type of lifestyle, that's fine, that's great. I'm not saying that that's a bad thing, but it's got to be deeper than that. If you're going to completely change your lifestyle, you're going to change your routine, you are going to be someone who comes home from working 8-9 hours at their day job to then spend another 2 to 3 to 4 to 5 hours each night building their business. Like, you've got to have a pretty strong why that you're going to do that. If you're going to sacrifice family time and other vacations and catching up with your friends and TV and missing out on the favorite, TV show, and what's the next, award-winning Oscar movie that you're gonna have to wait until it comes out on DVD or something. Like, it's those little things. If you're not prepared to sacrifice those things, then you're gonna find it very hard to build a business and really achieve what it is that you want to achieve. And yet, unfortunately, I see a lot of people kind of glaze over that. So think about that. Think about that in your current situation. Whether you're in a business opportunity or you've had one presented to you recently and you're kind of weighing up, do I do this, do I not? Or if you are in one right now and you're not getting the results that you want, maybe you should ask yourself those 5 questions. In particular, question number 4 and question number 5. And if you can answer those in the right way for you, and you feel positive and you feel good and like, yes, I can do this, yes, I know what my mission and my purpose is, then nothing will hold you back. So I hope that helped. I hope that shed a bit of light on, your current situation, or in particular, if you're in network marketing and the next time you are presenting, to a group of people or presenting to, someone or a couple, think about those questions. Maybe incorporate those questions into your presentation so that, those people viewing it can think about it for their own situation, and you don't get those people that join and then do nothing. Because obviously you want people that are going to be active and be a business builder, especially for network marketing. So I hope that helps. If it does, feel free to leave a comment below. I'd love to hear what your thoughts are. And of course, if you believe that this can help someone, feel free to share it. I have no problem with that. And until the next video, have an awesome day, guys, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye for now.